Hi, I'm Bella.
And I'm Merrick. Welcome back to NoCo Now.
This is our final episode for 2025.
Throughout this year, we've had our fair share of differences, and we've gotten to see a lot of cool stuff around northern Colorado. But today, we're going to be baking.
As you can see, we've got all the ingredients needed for a nice apple pie. What's the first step to making one?
The best place to start with an apple pie is the crust. Let's get into it.
For the pie crust, you're going to need 2.5 cups flour, half a tablespoon of granulated sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 sticks of unsalted butter, 7 tablespoons of ice water. Start by placing the dry ingredients into a food processor, blender, or mixing bowl and pulse. Then, cut the butter into equal cubes. Mix the butter into the dry ingredients until fully incorporated. Then, add the ice water while mixing. Make sure not to overmix the dough and stop when everything's incorporated. I forgot parchment paper, but in a bind, you can lay out your dough directly into the pie tins.
With our finished dough, now we're going to put it in the fridge for at least an hour.
While the dough was cooling, Bella started preparing the apples. I also forgot to bring a peeler, so I figured she'd be there for a while, and with this in mind, I figured I might as well go and just make some candles.
I love candles. I have a small collection here at home, but I've always had the desire to make my own. In order to do this, I needed a few key elements. Firstly, the wax. To get this, I went to Copaco's Honey, a local shop that has a large selection of beeswax products. Upon arriving, I realized that they had a lot more to offer than just beeswax, which could be worth investigating in the future. Anyways, upon arriving at their beeswax selection, I had made sure to pick up some white beeswax pellets, some wax-coated zinc wicks, along with a honeycomb mold and a heart-shaped wax brick. Now the next element is the candle itself. Now I really want at least one of these candles to match the autumnal vibes of the season, if you will. And what better way to do this than to go out into nature and collect a bunch of leaves to put into the candle. So let's get to collecting. So we're gonna start collecting leaves in the patent pending leaf bag. Let's get to it. Welcome to the candle making zone. We have our supplies here, so let's start creating some candles.
I started by cutting the wicks into 3 equal pieces to fit the honeycomb. I then took the wax heart and melted it. I did this by setting my food dehydrator at 150 for around 45 minutes. If you don't have one, you can use a pot or double boiler at a low temperature. Then I shakily poured my wax into the mold and let it set for about 20 minutes. While other wax was hardening, I poured the pellets into another dish. Since I was using more wax, it took about 20 minutes longer to melt and looks like an egg for some reason. While that was melting, I made a mold by shaping some foil over a cup. Then it was time to pour the wax. Then add the leaves and the wick. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the wax out of the mold, so I improvised. Overall, I was pretty happy with the results. The leafy candle does look a little wrinkly, but I think it adds character. As for the honeycomb candles, I had to put the wicks in the other side, but couldn't do that with the bee one because it has the base.
Well, I hope you enjoyed making some candles with me. I'll see you next time.
As you can see, I've gone through quite a few apples. It's quite an impressive task when you realize that I'm using a knife that is clearly meant for cutting meat and have no method of skinning or coring the apple besides this serrated knife that is not meant for fruit. As you can see, I've got skinned apple here, as skinned as it can be. I've got all the skin. This is all from this one apple. And now I'm gonna cut it. And the trick when you're making apple pie is getting real thin slices, like razor thin, as thin as you can be, like paper thin even. So thin that you can see the knife through the apple, which I'm not sure if the camera picks it up very well, but you can see the knife through the apple, and you can see the behind the apple through the knife.
I got back to the kitchen, and it was perfect timing because Bella was just finishing up with the apples.
Oh my god, your fingers are actually wrinkly, that's wild.
They're pruned up.
They're pruned up.
Because I've been cutting apples.
Anyways, moving on to the filling. Firstly, we're going to need 7 of the apples Bella so kindly cut up. Then we're going to need 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, then 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter, a 1/4 cup of water, 3 tablespoons all-purpose flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar, and then 1 egg for the egg wash.
We're going to start by setting the oven to medium-low heat. And we're going to put in 1 stick of butter. It's a good sound. So after our butter is melted, we're going to whisk in 3 tablespoons of flour. And while we're doing this, we're going to bring this little concoction to a low simmer. A little bit, you're going to whisk in a 1/4 cup of water. After the water is combined with the butter, we're going to throw in a cup of sugar. What's a good pie without sugar, am I right?
Not a good pie.
Not a good pie. Then I'm going to mix up that sugar, butter, and water until there's no more clumps. Make sure you're doing this at a medium-low heat.
Now, for the next part, which is, of course, putting the apples in here, which we will then combine with the sugar concoction. But first, we must cover them in cinnamon. Now, the recipe calls for like a tablespoon and a half, no, 2.5, it calls for some particular amount of cinnamon. We don't have a tablespoon, and I don't want to do math, so we're gonna eyeball it. And it's gonna turn out great, because what's the worst that could happen?
Everybody loves cinnamon.
Exactly. So you wanna sprinkle some of that in there. That's probably good for now.
portion.
Yeah. And you just toss it, you know? Make sure that that is cinnamony. That is certainly, there is cinnamon in that cinnamon. So it's like aerosolized. It's getting into my lungs. So yeah, you wanna toss your apples, make sure that they get nice and cinnamony, because the cinnamon is what makes the apple pie. I mean, there's also sugar and a lot of other things, but cinnamon is a big part of it and my personal favorite part. So we do that. All right.
I'm ready.
So you've got your sugar mixture here, and then you just want to put it over the apples in there, and you want to get your spatula, which is down here, and then not sure what a good angle is, but you just gotta scrape it out and get all the sugary goodness into the apples, and then that's that, and you have an apple pie. There's no more steps. It's done. This is the apple pie in all its glory. Now that we've got these nice sugary apples and cinnamon, and we've got our beautiful pie crust Merrick so kindly made for us, we just take one and we take it and we put it in the other. And bam.
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 Pow.
Bam.
Boom.
Then our lid man, Merrick here, puts on the lid.
What's very nice about this container is it gives some room for the apples in there. So hopefully we'll get no spillage. Last thing you want to do is take a fork or a knife, whatever you have, and just poke some holes in it. You can make this decorative or not. I am not going to, but do as you feel. This is just so the pie does not explode. So we can decorate it later, but for now, that is the pie. Here comes the pie.
After our pie, it's got kind of like a little face on it.
Yeah, it looks like a little sad guy.
Yeah. Now we get the pie. Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah, careful, don't stick your head in there. Put the pie in there.
And you can already see it starting to steam. You got some nice, all right.
Make sure to put the pie in the middle rack for some amount of time that we will dub in
15
later.
minutes, and then we're gonna shift the oven from 425 down to a lower temperature that is below 425. Hey, have you noticed anything strange lately? If this is your first time in Colorado, the answer is probably no. If you've been here a few years, you probably know where I'm going with this. We are currently in one of the longest streaks of days without snow in history. This article from Fox 31 shows the top ranks, and if it hasn't snowed by the time this episode airs on Wednesday, 2025 will officially be number 6 on that list, beating the current holder of spot number 6, 1925. That's 100 years ago. The only year to top that in the past century has been 2021. Absolutely crazy. Let's see what people have to say about it. Question 1. Where are you from, and how long have you lived in Colorado?
I'm from Durango, Colorado, so born and raised, been here 19 years now. So we get quite a bit of snow. We have the mountain resort Purgatory up there, and so it's pretty good.
I'm from Longmont. I've been in Colorado since I was 12.
I'm from Pine, Colorado, and I moved here when I was 7.
I'm from Aurora, and I've lived here my whole life.
I live more in the mountains, so we'll get snow, and then it'll go away the next day. It's pretty on and off.
I grew up in Ohio, moved to Colorado Springs 7 years ago, and then came up here for college. So I've been here 7 years.
I'm from Chicago, and I came here for school, and I've been living in Colorado for 2 years now.
In the Springs, it's so chaotic. It's every year it's different. I'm used to some seasons with really early, really late, even snowfalls in May in the Springs. And then in Ohio, it's pretty consistently gray.
It's similar back home in Chicago, but there's more humidity, so it does feel like that the winters are a little bit colder because of that. But yeah.
I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I've lived in Colorado for about a year and a half now. When it does snow, it's kind of just icy snow, and we had what we called a snowpocalypse a couple of years ago, where it snowed maybe a quarter of an inch, and everyone freaked out. Everyone's pipes burst. It truly, like, apocalypse started happening.
I am from New Canaan, Connecticut, and I have lived in Colorado for like a year, 2 years.
I'm from San Diego, and I moved here last year.
Oh my gosh, winter in Connecticut is absolutely disgusting. It's gray for like weeks at a time, and we don't get a ton of snow, but when we do, it turns to sludge and black ice very quickly.
We don't have snow in San Diego.
There are so many stories about the record for Denver, but I couldn't find any about Fort Collins. The data was hard to dig up, and I had to put in an official request to NOAA, but I eventually got my hands on it. 45,779 observations of snowfall in Fort Collins from January 1900 to October 2025. After an hour and a half of parsing through all that information and my best attempts to make it look pretty, here's the graph. It's a neat little dot plot with the top 10 labeled and the streak displayed above each of the top 5. We can clearly see that, as of Wednesday, November 19th, Fort Collins has had 213 days without snow, putting 2025 at number 7 in the past 50 years. Pretty neat. What do you think about the lack of snow?
It sucks. It sucks. I feel like there definitely should be something.
You know, bummed because I love a good snow, but I honestly really hadn't noticed it until somebody brought it up the other day. I was like, oh yeah, it is November. It should be cold out, and it's not.
It feels kind of strange, especially because yesterday we had like a sunny, high of 60s out day in November.
Yeah, I like the warm weather, but it is worrisome that it's almost the end of November.
I mean, obviously I do enjoy the warm weather, but it's, considering all things, it's actually quite frightening, so.
Yeah, it's like kind of scary, low-key.
I mean, it's definitely alarming that there's not snow. And I check the weather daily, and it's like, it gives you like 15 degrees above the daily average every day, and so that's a little alarming.
It's very upsetting. Winter's my favorite season, and I love the snow.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's sad because it doesn't feel like wintry at all, and then it's concerning because it's like, why has there been no snow yet? Where's the water?
Do you ski, snowboard, sled?
Well, not really. I don't like being cold.
I don't, but I think sledding's fun.
Yeah. I'm at the same boat, yeah. I think sledding is fun.
I snowboard. Yeah. It hasn't been a great season so far for us, but
I wish, but I do not.
I don't have the coordination.
Do you want to build a snowman? And are you sad that you can't?
Yes, please. Yes, I'm very sad.
I do, and I'm devastated.
I mean, I'll build one if they're building it, but I'm not one way or the other.
Join.
you know, I haven't built a snowman yet in college, so maybe the time is cracking. So first snowfall, I'll be chomping at the bit to get a snowman built up.
And I do want to build a snowman, and I am sad that I haven't had the opportunity yet.
I think I do want to build a snowman. And yeah, I think I am pretty sad right now that there's not anything to build a snowman with.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And very sad that we can't.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Would love to build a snowman.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Listen, I love snow as much as the next person, but I'd be lying if I said I haven't enjoyed the weather over these last couple weeks. It certainly beats soggy socks and squeaky boots. Personally, I'm hoping the snowless streak lasts a little bit longer, because I don't have a winter coat yet. I'm Bella, and this has been NoCo Snow Now. NoCo Snow Now? No SnowCo Now. Hey! What gives?
Hey, sorry, you left and I just want to have the pie to myself.
We made that together.
Well, I cooked it.
I sliced all the apples.
So I made the crust, that's like the whole pie.
Oh, it's not an apple pie without the apples.
You know what? I have an extra plate here, I guess. So since you're here, I guess you can try some.
All right, let's see how this turned out.
All right, we got our individual pie slices here, so let's give it a try.
That is fantastic.
That's a solid pie. That's actually really dang good.
I was not expecting it to be that good.
No.
Alright, here's a question. What do you rank it? Oh, sorry, poorly timed question.
I'd say scale of 1 to 10. Probably a 9 out of 10 out of all the pies I've ever had.
Gotcha.
What about you?
That's high rank. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. Well, that concludes our final episode of NoCo Now for the year.
We've done lots of great stuff, and we really appreciate you tuning in.
Signing off from NoCo Now, I'm Merrick.
And I'm Bella.
We'll see you next time.